Assalamualaikum and hi ladies and gentlemen. I am NURMAHIRAH and I will be your moderator for the day. Before we get started, let me extend a warm greeting to everyone here on the forum about should plastic bag be banned. Since their introduction in the 1970s, plastic bags have grown in favor among shoppers and merchants. They are widely accessible and come in a large variety. Around 500 billion plastic bags are reportedly used globally each year. This extensive use is explained by the affordability and ease of use. There are both pros and cons of using plastic bags. This implies not only to humans but also to nature. Therefore, there are arising issues about the use of plastic bags that still continue to this day. Today, we will have our outstanding panelists who I think will deepen our view to discuss about the topic. Allow me to introduce and welcome the honored panelists for today's talk. Our first panelist is Ms. FATHIN BINTI REDZUAN, President of Green Club in one of the biggest universities in Malaysia. Panelist 2, Ms. Siti Nuraisyah binti Ishak, naturalist and a student. Panelist 3, Mr. ASZULNIZAM bin ASFIA RASEDI, a lecturer. Panelist 4, Mr. NURAIDIL HAKIMI bin DONNY ASMY, a businessman. They are here to share with us their perspective on the topic. So without further ado, we will start with the first question. Should plastic bags be banned? What is your thoughts about this, Ms. FATHIN ALYSSA and Mr. ASZULNIZAM? Starting with Mr. ALYSSA first.
Assalamualaikum and hello everyone. Thank you for having me. My name is FATHIN ALYSSA, President of Green Club in one of the biggest universities in Malaysia. And I'm going to be speaking to you today about should plastic bags be banned. To begin, look to your left and also your right. Do you find any plastic bags with you? I believe there are few plastic bags that we can find in our lifetime. Do you know plastic bags are expensive and hard to clean or remove from the environment? The cost of plastic bag cleanup is around 70 cents per bag. Thus, on average, the taxpayers end up paying about $88 each year just on plastic bag waste. These plastic bags also cost 3 to 5 cents each. Thus, the plastic considered free is not free after all. Individuals pay a lot to purchase them and then even of using them.
Assalamualaikum. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. My name is ASZULNIZAM and a pleasure to be invited for this event. So from what I heard from panel A, regarding plastic using to be banned, do you know that actually about a quarter of Malaysians, which is 24%, is a regular user of plastic bag at least once a day? Aren't you aware that almost in every places, even you yourself has been using plastic for any occasion? According to the Malaysian Plastic Manufacturers Association, MPMA, an average Malaysian use of plastic bag is 300 plastic bags per year, regardless on using it for any purpose. The stats show that we shouldn't ban plastic bag because of the beneficial of it.
Alright, thank you to Ms. FATHIN ALYSSA and Mr. ASZULNIZAM for their opinion. They both appear to hold different views regarding these issues. Next, I would like to ask Ms. Aisyah, what is your opinion about this issue?
Okay, Assalamualaikum and thank you for the moderator that asking me about my opinion. Okay, first of all, we know that plastic bag was the big issue for nowadays. For me, yes, I strongly agree plastic bag should be banned. As panel A, Ms. ALYSSA said, it might be affect the cost and it not worth it because plastic bags are toxic. Everyone must be asking and curious why I said plastic bags are toxic. The plastic bags are filled with toxic, harmful chemicals that include estrogen-like substances. An environmental health perspective report disclosed that the plastic has hormone-mimicking qualities and the plastic products release chemicals that mimic estrogen. This is dangerous because it mean that describe how hormones such as estrogen and others behave in our bodies, causing a hormonal imbalance that can have several effects on our health. As we know, the plastic typically used in bottles, bags, and food containers. All these things contains chemical additives such as endocrine disruptors, which are associated with negative health effects, including cancer, birth defects, and immune system suppression in humans and real life. This is why I said plastic bags are toxic not just for humans, but it will also affect for real life.
Okay, thank you, Miss Aisha, for your scientific take. I want to ask Mr. Ideal, based on what Miss Aisha had just stated, what is your point of view regarding this?
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi taala wabarakatuh. Thank you, moderator. Alright. Based on what I got from panel B, she said that plastic bags are filled with toxic, harmful chemical that include estrogen like some substances, isn't it? But do you know that plastic bag alternatives are necessarily better? It's a popular misconception that there are many other things are more better than the normal tin plastic bag you get from the grocery store. However, it's not so simple. There are unexpected environmental issues to take consider, as well as circumstances in which plastic just perform better than paper or carton. Plastic is sometimes even recycled throughout the process, like cleaning a bathroom trash can and many other things. Other than that, do you know that paper lasts much longer in landfills? Paper doesn't exactly decompose quickly and takes up more space in landfill. According to North Suburban News, paper bags take up 9 times more room than plastic and break down at about the same rate. A ban on plastic bag won't do much to help the landfill, but switching to biodegradable plastic bags could be something to consider. In fact, assuming an increase in paper bag usage, it may exacerbate the issues.
Thank you, Mr. Ideal, for stating your thoughts. The following question is directed at Ms. FATHIN and Mr. ALZULNIZAM. What are your opinions regarding the contentious exchange between Ms. Aisha and Mr. Ideal? Beginning with Ms. Aisha first.
Agree with Ms. Aisha. Not only that, plastic bags consume in extremely high volumes. According to the US Census Bureau, every household in the nation uses approximately 885 plastic bags per year, or 70 plastic bags per week. Since one grocery bag size reusable bag will hold up to 4 plastic bags of goods when packed properly, only 4 reusable bags are needed to eliminate those 70 plastic bags per week. If every US household used 4 reusable bags each week, 102 billion plastic bags could be eliminated. How about your points, Panel C?
As the point had been justified by panel B, I, as panel C, with you on that. Using an alternative, which is paper bag, it requires higher energy to make, not to mention of harvesting trees and use of noxious chemicals. Plastic bags use fossil fuels and have less effect on climate change and land use rather than plastic bag that's having a higher impact to our land and even climate change. Not to mention about the biodegradable bag, which surprisingly the worst option, where it have greater impact on climate, harm to soil, water pollution, and toxic emission than those two that I have mentioned.
Alright, thank you very much, Ms. Alisa and Mr. ALZULNIZAM. Okay, I wish to ask the next question to Ms. Aisha. As a naturalist, what are your points to strengthen your opinion on why plastic bags should be banned?
Okay. Thank you to the moderator. As naturalists and students that love nature, what I can say is plastic bags are harmful to wildlife and marine life. The plastic bag and other plastic items are frequently mistaken for food by birds, animals, and marine life. including fish and sea turtle. Once they swallow these plastic items, their digestive tract become clogged, which cause heart infection to grow and eventually results in death from suffocation. The animals may also become easily entangled inside the plastic. To make my point clear, according to a study, turtles swallowing plastic result in over 35% of turtle death, according to Green Tumble. As per ABC News, a 2008 crocodile autopsy in Australia revealed 25 packs in the animal's stomach. A National Geographic research claimed that almost every seabird in eating plastic because 90% of them contain waste plastic. If we don't reduce the manufacturing and the disposal of plastic bags, the future is bleak. By 2050, there will be more plastic in the ocean than fish, according with Ellen MacArthur Foundation.
Sorry for interrupt. In my point of view, this is one of the biggest problem with our people, which is overestimate contribution to the environment. Amid other concerns, there is always a chance that some individual will overestimate their abilities to protect the environment. If individuals stop using plastic bag because they think they're bad for the environment, they could stop trying to be greener in other situations when it might matter more. People may believe they are already contributing to a better world by giving up plastic and change to the reusable bag and ended their efforts there. More than just avoiding plastic bag is required to live sustainably. Efforts on a number of fronts will be required to stop pollution and help our environment. When it comes to preserving the environment, it is critical to constantly keep the broader picture in our mind.
Alright, thank you very much to Ms. Aisha and Mr. Aidil. Unfortunately, our forum will soon come to an end. Before we end the session, are there any conclusion or points that are perhaps still left unsaid by the panelists? We will start with Ms. Alyssa first.
Okay, thank you, moderator. Last point from me as a president of Green Club about this issue, these plastic bags are impacting the environment negatively. In that, they are making the Great Pacific garbage patch bigger every minute. Most of the plastic material when released into the environment find their way into waterways, and once they are there, they dump into oceans. The Great Pacific Ocean is one such area negatively affected by all the plastic mineral. The more they are thrown into the oceans, the more they increase, causing the garbage patch to increase the size.
The point I would like to make is that using plastic bag to carry food is much better than fabric bag. People tend to use fabric bag to transporting dry food, but fabric bag absorb masses where it could lead to an undesirable odor and potential of bacterial growth. In fact, a joint of study at the University of Arizona and Loma Linda University in California, it shows that the presence of coliform bacteria in 51% of the 84 bags that tested, with E. coli present in 8%. In my opinion, food is important in our lives, and to be as much as careful to any harm, plastic bag showed us that it is much useful and trusted than the other bag.
Okay, I also agree with Miss Alyssa. It's not just about the point that she said. It's also even if we did decide to recycle plastic bag, these materials still end up in oceans and landfills. Recycling plastic bags does not affect the fact that they will still be dumped into the environment and end up in either landfill or oceans. These recycled plastic bags are not degradable and cause the same effect as non-recycled plastic bags. We need to think about the future and all the real life around us. As the humans, we need to find out the ways to use the less of plastic in our country. We might be not see the effect now, but it will affect the rest of our life if we don't take any action. If we take the action starting from now, marine life will be improved and it also can decrease the mosquito population because discarded plastic bags collect rainwater and create a breeding grounds for mosquitoes, some of which could carry the West Nile virus or triple E virus.
Okay, thank you to Ms. Alyssa, Mr. ASZULNIZAM, and Ms. Aisyah for stating your guys' thoughts. But I would love to hear about Mr. Ideal conclusion too about this issue.
Alright. If people ask me, I still remain with my stance that plastic bag should not be banned. It is because a ban could be detrimental. Not only that, banning plastic bag in lieu of cotton or paper could have negative impact on the environment overall. Not to mention the inconvenience of limiting reuse of those bags for everyday things like cleaning trash can, protecting your belonging, and more. Additionally, a ban on plastic bag might result in major employment losses and financial costs for individuals, communities, and government due to the need to buy reusable bags or fund public education initiatives. Although eliminating plastic bag might appear to be a good idea on the surface, it might really have negative effects on the environment and the economy. However, there are many perceptions about this topic. Some people maybe agree with me, but maybe some may not. In conclusion, there are pros and cons for each of it. Before I end, I would like to thank you a lot for giving me the opportunity to share my opinion. I am also grateful to have been given this opportunity to share my opinion along with other panel members who are far more knowledgeable than me. Not to forget also our moderators who are no less impressive. Thank you so much.
So, yeah, in summary, our society would be happier if more people took part in this issue. We should continue to try to prevent any consequences that may affect our environment. Thank you for giving me this opportunity to speak about the issue.
Thank you very much, Mr. Ideal and Ms. Alyssa. How about Ms. Aisyah and Mr. ASZULNIZAM? Did you guys agree?
Yes, I agree with the conclusion from both of the panel and thank you for inviting me and having me for this forum.
Yes, I couldn't agree more with it.
Conclusion from start to an end, all panel have their own opinion regarding this issue, and thanks to all, we could end this forum with a positive vibe. That's all for today's talk. Thank you very much.